Alright, hello everyone, it is me, it's your boy, Axis. We're back. I've been really busy with engineering. I'm actually just entering my last year, so I am honestly very excited. So, today we are going to be playing a game called Drop Duchy. What it is honestly, a really interesting game. It's a strategy game based off of Tetris. Honestly, I'll kind of show you what it is, like, all about here in just a second. So, I'm just gonna go into classic, normal, select mode, blah blah blah. We're gonna be starting off with the duchy. There's like three different starting deck. So we got a farm and a watchtower. Each faction comes with starting cards, unique, and mechanics. There are many ways to play each faction to exploit their strengths. Each one is different. Faction quests, so we can turn 10 planes into field, add wood clearer to start a deck, explore 10 fields or more in a single round, and then beat Act 1 with the duchy, increase starting resources. So, what I mean by it's a Tetris style, it's actually quite interesting. I really like it a lot, but I'll show you guys here in a second. So, we start off in the peaceful region. Just no enemies here, just focus on resources. So, what happens is that for the Tetris style, we kind of have to build our own little layout. So, we start with terrains of plains and forests, and we start off with our buildings of a farm and a watchtower. The farm turns each plain into a field, and then the watchtower recruits one archer per each plain and three for each field in range. So we pretty much just have to build up a bunch of resources to start, and also a bunch of whatchamacallits. So QERTY, QWERT. Hold on, rotate. I completely forgot how to rotate. WASD. Okay, so W to rotate, gotcha. So for here, all that we gotta do is just build up some resources, and then we'll continue on. Let's see here. But yeah, so this is what I mean by Tetris. You build up a little bit of a board, like pieces at a time, and then what you should be doing is that as long as you clear out different rows, you gain the resources. So with the line, with the plains, we gain a little bit of food, and then with the woodland, of course, we get a little bit of wood. So all we gotta do, boom, lines. Now one thing that is kind of important is to hit multiple lines at once. So if we hit you here, now since we got the farm coming up, this turns each plane into a little bit of a range. But what we can do is that we can just plonk you in the reserve, move you all the way down. So now, since that these planes over here are all ready, we get to bring you back out, and ta-da! We now place a farm down, and it's going to turn this little one right into a little field. So let's see here. Now all we gotta do is just keep building things up. I would really like to get a watchtower near here, because it's gonna really help build up all the forces. But I personally think that the watchtower is very, I guess, weak. Yeah, I guess it is kind of weak, honestly, for each field in range. But so since we have the watchtower now, or at least kind of coming up, we're gonna try to see if we can place the watchtower right next to the field. So it has a little bit of like a two block radius. So we just bring you down, plonk you in, and now we gain 13 archers, and also a little bit of a bonus. Yeah, let's just plonk you there. I don't really like this little section over here, so what I think I'm going to do... Yeah, no, you're on the opposite side. If this was an opposite L, like, yeah, it would be fine. If this was like a backwards L, yeah, it would be good here. Active faction quest, turn 10 planes into fields. I mean, we can do that later, honestly. But yeah, so this is just going to be the first round. This is just basic Tetris stuff. I think the next round is one that we're going to start seeing some enemies. Ooh, here we go. Now this is where things start to get interesting. We could either keep building into watchtowers, or choose other buildings. So, Wooden Fortress here is a military building with an automatic garrison of 10 units and turns each adjacent forest areas into plains and recruits 3 swordsmen for each. Carpenters gain 20 wood for each building in its row, so that's pretty good for being a tall one. And then the watchtower, I mean, we just kind of seen the watchtower. Me personally, ooh, hello, I'm back. Me personally, I kind of want to start building up the resources now. So either get a random production building card or select a random military card. Hold on. I think the next one is actually when we start seeing some hostile forces. Yeah, with the little like red circle up there. So let's get a military card. Hunting Lodge, recruit 2 axemen, and harvest 3 for each connected forest piece. A militia base, which a range of 2. Recruit 10 for each production building in range. I mean, we don't have a lot of production buildings, but I think let's go with the Hunting Lodge right now. Avoid combat. You'll often have several pass ahead, sometimes allowing you to avoid combat and have a bonus peaceful round. Watch out, when you avoid a combat, the boss gains additional units. See, ooh. Boss plus 10. Let's see here. What do we got further up? We got wood, gold, and food. Trading fair. See, me personally, I think we should honestly go for... Because if we go for the peaceful region, we'll definitely get a lot more wood. But if we go for the hostile region, and they have above 25. Ooh, this is rough here. Let's go with the hostile region. Let's at least try to see if we can win some fights over here. Carpenter and a hunting lodge. Let's gain you, and what we can also do is we can spend some food to unlock another piece. Let's go. Alright. So, the best part about this is that you actually get to choose where the enemies spawn in at. I find that, like, pretty interesting, just kind of because that you can also make the enemies a lot stronger than if you just leave them be. So, one thing that happens is that they have the same bonuses as your own buildings. Or at least pretty similar, so... Let's gain you there. Let's hit a line. Yeah, that should be enough for now. Alright, so that's going to give us a 4, so we're about to see one of them in action right now. So, this rally point recruits 4 for each adjacent plain or field. At least 6. Ooh. So, since this is actually not really that good, we can actually place that in our little silly reserve. And then we get to have these two connected over here. Now, we do want to keep the plains, like, pretty far away from them, so... Okay, so now we actually get access to the Carpenter and the Hunting Lodge. I do want to keep this space open, so let's swap this out for the rally point. So, what thing... Ooh, I think that if we... For each building, yeah. So, I'm pretty sure these count as buildings as well. Yes, they do. Even better. So, now since we gain, like, that extra wood, 40 wood is honestly not that bad. I wonder if... thing we can do here... Awesome. So then that gains us some hunting lodge, another line explored, mercenary camp. There we go. So that's going to give us a little bit more people. So this mercenary camp just has a basic garrison of 9, so that's not too bad here. But now it's going to give us some extra wood, and also give us 2 lines. Oh, nope, just kidding. Just 1 line. So let's grant you here. Now let's get you back into our little area. But yeah, that's kind of like the hardest part about the game, is that... Ooh, I want to keep you away. I want to keep these little plain pieces away from their rally point if adjacent. So yeah, best part is I can place you right here, and you are no longer adjacent to that spot. However, there we go. And that's plonky there. Yeah, I think that's gonna have to be a little bit of a hole for now. 1 bonus each, even better. And also with the farm, it grants us extra food because, well, you know, farm stuff. We don't have enough real space for you, so let's... Yep, there it is. So now the combat phase. We can add every player in every group into the combat sequence in any order that we so choose. When all the groups in the sequence are ready, then we're just going to go in and fight. So, what this basically means is that when we actually... So, hold on, let me read the combat rules, because it's actually right over here. Goal is to find a battle order that uses your group's strengths and weaknesses to your advantage. So, sword beats arrows, arrows beats axes, axes beats... Hi. Axes beats swords. So, combine, you can actually combine 2 groups with the same team to change their types. Of the types of the biggest group, so since these are the same here, we might actually lose some health, actually. Actually, yeah, that'll be fine. So we're going to lose a little bit of health here, but that's not going to be too terrible here. But yeah, it's going to be, what, 17 points of health? You know what, we run it back, gang. We're going to run this back. We're going to run it back. So, now, so we get to select the card, Hunting Lounge, Orchid, Harvest, 25, connect 3 for each. Actually, I really do like the Ranger base. I think we're going to start building into a little bit of a wood. Ooh, we can actually upgrade. We can actually upgrade some of this stuff here, but let's save up some of our stuff, because I don't really want to use the basic pieces a whole lot, but we can make a trade. We can choose some of our health for pieces, and I think we're going to do that, actually. So let's upgrade our... Let's upgrade our Hunting Lounge. Recruit... So instead of 2, it goes into 3. So let's actually upgrade our Ranger base, because for what I've seen, I've actually just, like, Ranger 2, that actually makes this a lot better. One thing that I've seen, the wood does seem to be pretty strong, actually. So, one thing that we can also do is we can also use our gold to regain health. It's like 10 pieces per one up here in the top right, so gold, food, or wood. So with the peaceful region, ooh, okay. So if we gain into our food area, let's just take since we already sacrificed some parts, let's just look to upgrade most of our cards for now. And then after this fight, since it's very based on wood, we're going to really start fighting here in a second. But yeah, so one thing that I've seen, it's very common to lose health after the first round, just off the fact that we don't have a lot to, like, base our fighting strength on. Turn each adjacent forest into a plain. Okay. And recruit 3 for each. I think this is... I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to try something a little bit risky here. That if we just place this in... Okay, so that does... Oh, turns the forest into the plain. I read that. Oopsies. So one thing that we're going to do is now we're going to start building up our little Ranger bases for each connected forest piece. So what this does is that since I connect 1 forest piece to this, we now get 5. And now we got a little bit of a watchtower. We're going to place this in there so we can start building up our units. There we go. So now that's an extra 5 there. Spin you around and plonk you there. So now this is what I'm saying about the forest. That if you connect just all the forest pieces together, you just continuously gain more and more rangers, right? So if we place you here, And then for the hunting lodge for each connected forest piece. Then, since we have a really big forest area... There we go. Since we have a really big forest area already, we can just kind of just keep connecting it. Look at this. Look at all this, man. Now we get extra 10 there. And then now we're going to get some even more. Ooh, I think I should have placed the little forest area over here. So now you have a garrison of just 13. So now the training camp sends 15 units. Oh, actually, I'm actually in the way. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let's just switch over here. So, the training camp over here has a garrison of 14 basic units. Actually, let's just send you over there for now. Actually, yeah, we're gonna place you there. Just gonna give you 3. And now the farm is going to do... It's gonna give us some more spots over here. And then that's gonna give us some more archers as well. Reap and sow, even better. So now since we completed a faction quest, we now get to get extra little baby units. Let's see here, now for you... Yeah, I think I'm just gonna connect you up here. Yeah, so we're gonna keep you out of the way for everything. I think it's gonna be fine just to keep that out of the way. So, carpenter. Now we actually get to throw the carpenter down here. So that's gonna give us, I think, like 80 extra wood? Actually, no, it should give us a lot more. Yeah, we're definitely gonna throw the carpenter down there. Planes there. Bada bing, bada boom. Extra units. And more extra units, even better. So that's now 40 for each building in its row. Yes, perfect. Gonna give us extra 80 wood, and we are just about to crush these guys, actually. In my honest and very not biased opinion. Totally not biased whatsoever. And then, merry men, recruit 45 archers in a single round with Ranger base. Sick. But, let's see here. So now that's gonna give us, what, an extra 2 there. 3 food, and 5 more archers. So, yeah. Honestly, I think we're in, like, a really good spot here. Equals 35. I don't really want to combine all of our things together. Actually, I think if I hit you first and then build up the archers, we'll have enough just to kind of crush this area up here. 7, it's gonna go to 12, 62. Oh yeah, we're fine here. Yippee! And then now, since we have a bunch of extra units left over, Reap and Sow turn 10 plains, and now we get to start with the wood clearer. So the wood clearer is exactly what it says. It basically just like clears out woods so that you gain, so it changes the woods into plains. Nice stuff, actually. I kind of like it a lot. Also, since I haven't done this in forever, I think I'm just going to stick myself in the middle. Oopsies. And then, just like I said before, leftover units, each one turns into 1 gold. Awesome. Price increases every time we use it. We don't really want to use the rerolls. I'm kind of standing in front of it because it costs like 25 gold. But lumber camp, harvest 3, we don't really want this, but what we can do, rally point, each plain or field, plus 15 is adjacent to at least 6 plain or fields for each production building in range. Let's go for... I don't like any of these. Gain gold as you had taken a card and sold it. I really don't like any of these, because they don't... they don't really help anything that we are trying to build up to right now. Ooh, challenges. Complete your first challenge, visit the progress tree to unlock more rewards. Check out the challenges regularly. By completing them, you earn crowns, which you can spend to unlock more content. Content?! That's crazy. It's almost like what we're doing now. Almost unlock new cards and mechanics. Every time you have crowns to spend, make sure you come here and click a leaf. So we are going to unlock the town. Once, when explored, gains 75% of all other exploration gains on its row. Oh, that's pretty cool. Exploited lands. Each square counts as a field that gains 20 when explored. Okay, that's pretty nice. So I see that the duchy is really focused on... Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. This is where we gain a lot of, Oh, land clearing. Turn 10 forests into plains, then into fields. That's pretty interesting. I like that a lot. So the farm starts at level 2 in our deck. Nice. Explored 10 fields. So, with the duchy, this is actually quite nice. So now we're going to go back into another forest. This shouldn't be that bad, actually. Oh yeah, and plus, we also have, like, plenty. So I guess it was good that we didn't choose a card there. I don't like starting off with Z's, so let's get rid of you first. Okay, 13 for each connected forest piece, so we gotta keep you away from forests. So let's keep you away from forests. Okay, so with the ranger base for each connected forest piece, so now we're actually going to... We're gonna build the forest on this right-hand side. There we go. And then we're gonna bring our other Z piece back into this side. But yeah, I think that a lot of people should actually play Tetris, because it's kind of... See, in my fair opinion, working in a retail store, it's kind of a very important life skill of knowing how to build and how to stack items, right? Especially boxes. I'm gonna place you here. Ranger base. Yeah, since we got all the forest over here, we should be doing alright, actually. Perfect. Nice. Carpenter. For each building in its row. I guess I should have made this a little bit... I don't think I really had an option to. Now we're going to swap into the ranger base. Well, at least the enemy ranger base. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I think I've kind of got like this kind of like locked in a little bit. There we go. I do at least want the watchtower somewhere at least near... And this just has a basic garrison of 14, so it's nothing too crazy. Collect 100 resource within a single building. Yeah, buddy. So if we... no, we're gonna use the watchtower here. I think it's gonna be fine that we just have a little bit of a space. So that's gonna actually use the farm, split that into 2, and give more into our watchtower. Perfect. There we go. Just trying to figure out like what's the best way to start building stuff as well. Because I know that at least the base isn't supposed to be super strong, but it does feel that the duchy is supposed to really lean into like this forest and like field building, because I mean that's where like all the special resources are at. Oh, let's bring you back in, because that's going to give us some more archers. Not too many, even though it's just 1, but yeah, we should be fine here. Now that's going to give us some more units here. I think after this one, we really should look to upgrade some of our pieces. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, honestly, this one should be locked in. This one should be locked in like pretty easily, actually. There we go. And I think if you hit this top part, no matter what happens, that you're always going to be locked in. There we go. Line explored. Now let's just gain an extra piece here. There we go. And fight time. So let's see here. We got swordsmen, rangers. So let's hit you guys first. And then I want to see if that's going to be enough. I don't think it is. Yeah, no. I mean, we're going to be losing the type advantage here, but with like 63 against 14. Wow. You would have guessed. Yeah. Now we got... Ooh, wow, okay. 55, 13. Yeah, since they're the same types, they ended up losing the exact same. Leftover units. Okay, so we get an extra farm. A roadhouse. Texas road. Wait, we're not sponsored. Never mind. Lumber camp. Collect 5 for each terrain square in its row. That would actually be pretty nice. Progress tree. Ooh, a training camp. Send 12. Yeah, we're gonna get you. For sure. So, one thing we're gonna be doing next. Let's upgrade some of our things here. Hunting lodges. Wood clearer. Turn each forest into a plain. Roadhouse caliche. We don't have a lot of food. So we can't really upgrade the watchtower, but we can upgrade the farm again. What happens if we... So that'll change 1 to 2, and then 2 and then 3 into 5. That's not bad. What would be really good here? I really do enjoy focusing in on making our hunting lodge and... Wait, what happened to my... There it is, the ranger base. I was just looking at the wrong one. I really do enjoy the extra using all the forests, actually. And now since we got you... Oh, we can also trade cards as well. 90 wood, 444 gold. 100 food for gold. That would gain us 14 points of health back. There it is, gang. And the wall. The very first boss battle that we have. Let's see. Wait, can we go back into the... No, we cannot. So we can only do one at a time. That's not bad. I mean, I guess the only thing we can do is just upgrade the farm. Yeah, alright, I guess we're ready. I think we should also focus in a lot more on getting terrain, also getting resources. Because, yeah, that honestly would probably be, really good. Ooh, 210! Uh-oh. The wall. The wall is a mighty boss that forces you to play compact. It starts with Master Group, which usually... Okay. Every time the wall goes up a grid. Red zone. If any piece locks there, the round will end immediately. Okay, so let's plonk you here. You're gonna go here. We are gonna really try to keep you far away from everything. I do want to start connecting these pieces up at least a little bit. Turn each adjacent forest into a plain. Now we're gonna keep you away. So I think, yeah, since we brought this piece back, we get to... Awesome. There we go. Now we're starting to rock and roll. No, let's just go for the ranger base. I think we'll be okay if we... Yeah, since we got the carpenter now, that's going to give us some more wood. Awesome. And now, since we don't really have to worry about the strategic pavilion, nor the wooden forest anymore. Oh, actually, now we're going to have to worry about this again. Disgusting. Awesome, now we got a backward zone. Nope. Give. Thank you. That should be an extra line. Yeah, perfect. I don't really want to worry too much about the strategic pavilion. I think we're gonna have to worry about it, chat. Chat. We're gonna have to worry about it. Yeah, let's place you over here. I mean, is this a military? But yeah, this is a military and production building. That's gonna give us some people and some food. You know, this one might be the end of us, chat. I'm not gonna lie. So now this is gonna be a lot of fields here. That's good. Ooh, no. We cannot do that. What we can do is that for sure. I guess we should honestly look to place you a lot more in the middle. Yeah, that's probably a really good idea. Instead of like this little corner, I probably should have placed it right above the farm. Because that would have given us a lot more, I guess, pieces to work with. Or at least a lot more, like, rangers, actually. But yeah, now that we're actually getting through this, it doesn't seem as bad as I expected it to be. You're still a problem. Yeah, so we're gonna... No, we're gonna plonk you like this. There we go. It's gonna give us some more points. We're gonna get you back in here, actually, because that's gonna be able to give us more stuff. Even better. 11, that's gonna give us some more people. So now that we're sitting above 40... Okay, so yeah, you're gonna be for the plains. That's fine. There we go. So you should... Oh, you don't? Oh, you're just outside of 1. That's so rough. Yeah, it looks like that we're gonna be able to get this. Ooh, okay. That should be fine, though. Are we gonna be able to get up 1? Nope. Oh well. Cannot rotate and cannot be sent to the reserve. Alright. So, we have a total of 60, so... We're gonna gain everyone into... Actually, we don't really need to. So that's gonna be... Then we're gonna have... Axemen. Actually, I don't think we got this. I don't think we got this yet. I think we're gonna lose some health. I think we're gonna actually lose some health. Wait, maybe. Just maybe. Oh, only 6. Okay, we lost only 6 HP. That's not bad. It's not bad. We got this. Daring Duke beat Act 1 with the Duchy. Now we start with an extra 100 wood. Perfect. Ooh, now we unlock mountain pieces. Gold diggers, stone fortress, and a roadhouse. I think I'm gonna go with a stone fortress, actually. We did it! We beat the first act! So, honestly, this game's pretty fun. I think I'm gonna start playing this, like, in my free time, like, in between, doing different things, but I actually had a really fun time. Alright. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I will be seeing everyone in the next video. I'll actually be looking to post a lot more, since now we're starting to go into the summer, and I'm gonna have a lot more free time from engineering. Bye-bye.